District. My name is Sean Webb, and I'm your Director of Community Engagement and the Foundation, and you're watching Classroom Conversations. I'd like to welcome you to our episode 10 of Season 2. Here we got a special one set up. We got an alumni of one of our schools that's going to talk about their business they have going on. And actually, this restaurant that they have going on is right down the street from where Chef Mary lives now. So we'll be able to connect her. But no, Classroom Conversations, as you know, is brought to you by the Desert Sands Educational Foundation. I'd like to read their mission statement. The Desert Sands Educational Foundation secures funding and awards money to provide supplemental resources that enrich and enhance student learning in Desert Sands Unified School District. And their vision statement. In partnership with public and private sectors, Desert Sands Educational Foundation financially supports creative and innovative programs that enrich and enhance the educational experience in the academics, the arts, and extracurricular activities that engage all students and staff in Desert Sands Unified School District. And with that being said, as you know, we partner with CoachellaValley.com, and thank you very much, Craig, for allowing us to land our show on your platform. And also, you know, the foundation wrote a grant with the City of Indio. So I want to thank the City of Indio for supplying the funds that supply our StreamYard access for the year. So without any more from me, I'd like to go ahead and bring on Chef Mary here. We go ahead and start up. Good morning, Chef Mary. How are you doing?
Hey, good morning. I'm doing well. I'm still a little wired from a 12-hour day yesterday.
Yeah, why don't you tell us what was going on yesterday or your 12-hour day?
Well, at the arena, we had WWE, the wrestlers.
Okay.
And it was amazing. I think you see everything, but the production and the amount of equipment and the people and the lights and the noise and I mean, it was just crazy. Everybody was wearing like long velvet robes and the big belts, and they had hats on, and it was sort of like Comic-Con in a way. I think how, you know, when you do Comic-Con.
Oh yeah, no, but these are professional wrestlers. You got to see the full on. I love it.
Oh my gosh. I mean, and the audience that came to see them, I mean, they were dyed-in-the-wool fans and supporters, and there was kids there, and there was moms and grandmothers, and it was amazing. It was just a fun day.
I am truly jealous. I used to go to those things when I was in high school and college, and I'll tell you, you'll love this. So the WWF or WWE, NW, whatever you want to call it, there's all different types of wrestling and so forth. And back when I was in college, they had the New World Order was called one of the groups with Hulk Hogan and so forth.
Oh yeah.
And my buddies and I, as you know, Mary, I'm a bigger guy. We weren't supporters of the New World Order, but because we were big, we said we were nuclear winter survivors. So we were heavy set, and we're okay because we knew we'd always survive and so forth. It was just a funny thing between my buddy Josh, myself, Brian, and Wayne. We just had a fun time with it. But we definitely had a good time. And it's funny here. Look at this. Even some of the people are saying, "Oh my gosh, that's nice. That's amazing." You got a big fan of WWE growing up that's listening in here, Chef Mary.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you should have been there. I mean, even the little girls. There was little girls
definitely.
That were like, they knew the wrestlers, and it was incredible. I was just amazed, and we were exhausted when we got through 12 hours, but it was just a super fun day. You know what I mean? I always find the fun stuff to do.
Oh no, that's true. And you know, you're the most you are the busiest 4-time, 5-time retiree I've ever met.
Well, I'm a professional retired person, you know that. I'm gonna teach school on how to retire and then not retire.
Too funny. Well, you know, we got some time here before we bring in our guests, and I just want to make sure that we highlight the Desert Sands Educational Foundation. As everybody knows, that is the organization that Chef Mary is part of the board, and I am the director of. But our website is here. You can go to it at desertsandsef.org, and you can see our website there. There's opportunities there's information about the organization. There's opportunities about our mini grants and the applications that we've had in the past, as well as there's information about how you can sponsor and donate to DSEF. One of the things I'll share with you, Chef Mary, last night we had a great meeting. It was our first in-person meeting for the Desert Sands Educational Foundation since February of 2020. And we met, had a great, fantastic meeting. It kicked off with Mr. Bailey. He welcomed everybody back. He shared what's going on with the district and so forth. But it was just an amazing meeting and so forth. And Mrs. Doyle, who's our president, Kathleen Doyle, she just did a fantastic job with guiding us as well.
Yeah, she's just a firecracker of a person to do things.
Oh yeah. Now that we have everything approved, business community, Coachella Valley community, watch out. We're going to be hitting you with some letters of asks for some great programs. Yeah.
I mean, I remember working with Kathy when she set up all of the dessert and decorations for one of our galas. And then when I retired the 2 times ago, she set up the party and just the imagination. And it was incredible. She's just a great gal. She's going to be she's such a good person to have with our group as a person and as a leader.
I couldn't agree with you more. I'm just excited to have her be part of us, as well as we brought in a new board member last night. This was somebody that I worked with very closely over at Palm Desert High School. And it's kind of funny. Kathleen said that now that this person's an empty nester, her children are now in college, she wants to give back to the bigger part of it. She wants to give back to the foundation in the whole is for Desert Sands. And it's Jerry Neighbors. She used to be their foundation president over at Palm Desert High. Now she's joining with us, and she's been on Classroom Conversations. So I'm just really excited to have such great people all get together.
Yeah, and they're all just really, really fun. It's all the new ideas and the new creativity is, I think, what we all need, because we need to. Sometimes we're in the box for too long, and it's nice to get somebody to make us think outside the box. Yeah,
definitely, and I'd love to have some new ideas. Well, speaking of that, new ideas, we've talked a little bit about it now that it's approved. Our first big foundation event that we're going to have is in the fall, November 6th. It's called the Foundation Express, where we're going to start off in La Quinta on a bus. Going to join us on the bus, hear some information about Desert Sands schools. Then we're going to go over to the Sofonio home in Rancho Mirage. And then, Chef Mary, you're going to love this. We're going to then get on the bus again and go over to Bermuda Dunes, a beautiful estate owned by the Montoya family. And there, they are Peruvian. And with that being said, Chef Mary, we're going to have Peruvian food there. And we got a little bit of a connection here. Today with us, we have the owner. Let me show this website real quick. We have the owner of Al Tuc, which is Peruvian Kitchen. And I want to go ahead and bring on Randy. I have a connection with Randy since he was in 6th grade. So this is really special. I can't wait to have him on. And he was also at La Quinta High when you were there. But let's have Randy come on to talk a little bit more about his restaurant, what he's been doing since he graduated. Morning, Randy. How you doing?
Good morning. Thank you for having me today.
Excellent. So I did a little brief intro of who you are and so forth. Why don't you explain to us, when did you graduate from La Quinta and what have you been doing since?
Yeah. So I'm the class of 2017. 2017, I moved out a little bit right after that to the city of San Marcos.
Okay.
I attended Palomar College, which is a local community college here in San Marcos. I did about 2 years.
Okay.
And right before transferring, I had an idea of starting my own little business. And I had a cousin. He knows how to cook. I had the business inspiration. I gave him a couple calls, and the first couple calls, he was like, you know what? I live 2 hours away. I don't think this is a good idea because I'm good where I'm at. And I'm like, well, we're at the age where we got to get out of our comfort zone and do our own thing. Okay. So after a couple phone calls and text messages, I got a good game plan. I showed it to him, PowerPoint. I'm telling him this is how we're going to do it. And we gave it a try. So that was the beginning of 2019. We started at a commissary here in Vista, a commissary kitchen, which is called SAE. So we started a couple days a week because I had a full-time job at a restaurant already and managing a little bit of school. So it was kind of hard to fit in this side hustle. But there's always room, when you have the dedication, the passion to doing anything you like. So that's what we did. We started a couple days a week. It wasn't what we expected, because I'm like, we're going to start a restaurant. We're going to make sure everyone was here and get all these takeout orders. And let me tell you that it wasn't like that. Well, the first week, we probably had a total of 10 or 15 orders. Now, like, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the wrong thing?
Right.
I'm like, you know what? This is just the beginning of the journey. This is the beginning of the journey. So we did that. We got our social media. We got our Instagram. We got our Facebook. We got our Yelp. And then we started doing our research, like anything you do, that finding the algorithms, finding what works, what doesn't work. And just took it as a game. Obviously, the commissary didn't work out. One, because there's a lot of other businesses that were already competing against us. We're with a new business on the block, so it was kind of hard to get our feet off the ground. So I was like, this is what we're going to do next. The next thing we're going to do here in the city of San Marcos is we're going to start highlighting our businesses at farmers markets. Farmers markets are a real big thing out here in San Diego. You find them every day out of the week. So that's what we did. We got a couple licenses that we had to get, through the city, the health department. We had to get a different type of license. So all this was new to me, but I enjoyed every second of it. So then we transitioned from the commissary to doing farmers markets 3 days out of the week, Friday, Saturday, to Sunday. Obviously, we started gaining team momentum. It started getting a little bit more exciting for us while we're building the business, meeting new people, and people enjoying the food, right? So we did farmers markets about for 4 months, just because we still had our full-time job, and this was a side hobby. And then I was like, you know what? We're getting a good grasp on this business. Like, we're getting the momentum. Our Facebook and our Instagram is growing. Let's turn it up a notch. Let's not get comfortable. So that's what we started doing. And I'm like, okay. So now we have this on the weekends. During the day, let's do something during the evenings. So the evenings out here in San Diego, there's a lot of breweries and distilleries. Yeah. So I'm like, we're gonna start doing a double shift. We're gonna start doing 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. We're gonna wrap it up and then do another brewery at 4 to 9 p.m. We're gonna run it Friday.
So you're setting up to do a farmer's market in the morning.
Yeah, so we take everything. It's a pop-up kitchen, so it's crazy. We don't have a truck. We have a little sedan. I had a little Acura at the time, and my cousin has an Altima. And actually, there's 3 partners, so it's all 3 of us. And we all have small cars, and we had a lot of things to take back and forth. So everybody, one person took all the propane and the tent, the other person took all the food, and the other person took all the can, the signs and whatever else we need, like the napkins. So we all pull up, all together, and then we all unload, build it up, break it down, and that's what we're doing for 3 months. The next 3 months. So we're already 6 months into the business, and we're catching more momentum. And I was like, here we go. Like, let's not get comfortable. Let's do the next thing. So the brewery that we were working with at the time had a food vendor Thursday through Sunday. And on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they didn't have a food vendor. I talked to the owner, and I was like, why isn't there food on Monday through Wednesday? And they just told me, well, there isn't enough business and clientele for these food vendors to come out. I was like, that's perfect for me. For me, I'm willing to take the gamble. I believe in my business, and I feel like that's a great opportunity for me to go in there three days a week and build the actual business, start getting, that customer clientele, and people know where to find us Monday through Wednesday. Even though it was the slowest day, if someone had our food on a Saturday and they want to try it again, hey, they have a place to come to, have a beer, and have a, sit down and eat. So that's what we did. We did it about for another 3 months, and we started seeing clientele. People started coming back, and it was crazy because you started coming back just for the food, like they'll come to the brewery and they're like, oh, we just want to eat food. And so they, they're like, okay,
that's awesome. Then I just had a picture up there. I'm going to go full screen on this. I'm sure Chef Mary, you'll recognize these guys. You guys will recognize a lot of them here. This is your team, right, Randy?
Yeah. So you might only recognize the gentleman to my left, which is Stephon Garcia. He's an alumni of La Quinta High School. We both graduated in 2017, and we both started the project together. The one on the right, he's my youngest brother. He's not with me currently. He went back to Vegas, but he came out for a couple months. I needed an extra hand, and he was definitely the guy to call to when we needed the help. But since he has some things to deal with back home, and he has his own family, it was time for him to go back home. That being said, Al Toque grew. Now we have 3 other employees that joined the team. So we got to definitely do an updated picture, because now it's a team of 6, not 4.
All I got to say is I'm looking at all these pictures here while you're talking, Randy. I'm wishing you would have cooked for us at you were a student there. But I'm hungrier and hungrier right now. This just looks fantastic.
Yeah, well, it's kind of crazy because, like I said, when I started the business, I didn't know how to cook anything. Back in 2017, I wouldn't be able to cook any of this. But now, most definitely, I'll cook right in front of you.
Randy, we opened a restaurant in Carlsbad in, I want to say 2000, and I knew nothing about cooking, and I opened the restaurant. And it was kind of trippy because we had a chef that was a really good friend, a really good chef. And I was walking around, and everybody's asking me about the food, and I don't know anything about the food. I don't even know how to run it. I don't even know how to order food. We just decided we're going to open up a restaurant in Carlsbad. And you probably know where it was, since you're in that area, was the old chicken ranch on El Camino Real, Bobby's Hideaway. Well, now we sold it. But I can appreciate going into it that way. You're just like going, what am I gonna do today?
Exactly. Every day was something new I had to learn. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's worth every minute.
No, Randy, I don't know if you got to meet Chef Mary when you're on campus and so forth, but you're speaking to somebody who reinvented herself. What age did you go to culinary school, Chef Mary?
I was 60.
Yeah. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And since I've known her, she's retired at least half a dozen times. And she just keeps on working and doing great things out here.
Another dozen to go.
So, Randy, I know that there's just all different kinds of food that sort of fall into your genre, but what sets Peruvian food aside from, say, like Salvadorian or Mexican, because it's still sort of that ethnic sort of a background?
Correct.
So
What
would be a typical dish that would be?
So, actually, the Peruvian culture has a lot of knowledge and a lot of representation of the Japanese culture. So back in the 1880s, there was Japanese refugees that came to Peru, right? And they stayed during their time, and during the time, Peruvians and the Japanese people got together and they created this new cuisine called Nikkei. So Nikkei is a little bit mixture between Peruvian culture and the Japanese culture. So you'll see if you click on some of our pictures that we have like a stir fry, like a pad thai looking entree, a fried rice. So yeah,
okay.
that comes from the Japanese cuisine, but we also add our Peruvian influence. So that's what we specialize in, Nikkei. That's the new terminology for the cuisine that we're providing for the city of Vista. So yeah, we specialize in anything that comes off the walk. We do stir fries, we do fried rice, we do pad thais. We're known for the best ceviche in San Diego.
Oh,
Calamari. We have a couple of top appetizers, and but we still have some room to grow. We have a food trailer coming in at the end of the year in October. It's getting built out in Houston right now. So that's going to be our next big step, our next big leap into the business. So we're very excited for that. And when we have that, then we're going to start adding more authentic Peruvian entrees that you'll see, in typical restaurants, like pollo la brasa, which is going to be a Peruvian rotisserie chicken that we cooked in firewood. It takes about 45 minutes to an hour to cook in there. It's real nice and tender, and that's going to probably be one of the biggest staples to the cuisine for sure.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's what we're doing.
Now, Randy,
you have to tell us, where are you located? Because I live in Vista, and we're big foodies. We eat out a lot and we cook a lot.
Yeah, so we're located, like I said, we're off of Sycamore. We're in a small industrial park because we're collaborated with a brewery. So their space is a little hidden. They need a little bit of a bigger space to operate, since they have all their fermenters and everything that they need to brew. So their locations, if not your best location, I think it's like a C location. I think that's what you call it. But we've been going at it for about a year, and like I said.
And what's the name of the brewery that you're at, Randy?
The brewery is called Five Suits. Suits, okay. FISFIVE, then Suits. And they're a new brewery as well. I mean, they opened during the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, there you go. You can see them right there. So it's national.
So when are you there? Are you there every night?
So that we're full time now. So whenever their doors are open, our doors are open. They're open 6 days a week. We're open 6 days a week, and we have live music on Fridays, Saturdays. We have a cornhole tournament on Mondays.
Oh wow!
On Tuesdays. So every day that we're open, we try to make something fun for the customer. Actually, I don't even call them customer. I call them family. They're guests.
Yeah.
They come here, and I know their names, they know me, and we're all about giving them the best hospitality and make sure they come back and
And what time do you open?
So during the week we open at 3.
Okay.
And we close at 8 p.m. And then on Saturday we open at 12 to 9. On Sunday 12 to 6.
You know, Randy, she's gonna make reservations here in a second, so just be ready for it. Okay?
Just save you a table.
So, in asking that, are reservations required? Do you have walk-ups, or how do you handle that?
No, actually, we don't do any reservations. You just first come, first serve. But we have indoor and outdoor dining, so we have enough to accommodate big parties. Dog friendly. So you have a dog, come ahead, bring your dog in, and we'll give you some treats.
Now,
this
Randy,
is too exciting.
Yeah, you know what? Like I said, Chef Mary, I know this young man since he was not a young. Okay, I've known him since he's before man. He was 12 years old when I first met Randy, and he's come a long ways. And I'm just super proud of you, Randy, and what you're doing here. Now you have a restaurant background with your family here in the Coachella Valley. Maybe you could share a little bit about that.
Yeah. So actually, funny story is I had the idea, inspiration to always open the restaurant. My older brother Hiram, who's the owner of Peruvian Fuego and located in Palm Springs. But my brother always found a way to, have an excuse for everything. And for me, if there's an excuse, there's always a solution, right? So long story short is I started this whole concept of opening the pop-up shop and doing, transitioning to like a full-time gig with the brewery. And this whole time he felt inspired by that because he saw me starting from nothing. He literally started watch me grow from my day one to the day to the day we're at now. So about 6 months in, he started calling me now. He was like, "Yo, I want to open my own restaurant. How'd you do it?" But back in my senior year, I had a property manager. I called him up. We had a cool meeting. I had this whole business plan, but he never went through with it because he was always like in doubt. What if it doesn't work? So he didn't end up being my business partner. I moved out. I started my own project, and then he called me 6 months into my business, asking me how did I do mine for I can start my own in Palm Springs. And when he gave me that call, like, yeah, I felt good, but I also felt really happy that he felt inspired, and I was able to inspire him to continue his own personal dream. So he's located off of Sunrise. I don't know the exact address, but it's in Palm Springs. It's called Peruvian Fuego. It's next to a Salvadoran restaurant and Charlie's.
Oh yeah, I know where that is.
Mexican, Charlie's Mexican Cantina. And he's been going at it for about a year. He just had his 1-year anniversary, I want to say like a month ago. So now we're both, bouncing off ideas and growing off each other and learning and making sure that we're both successful in what we do in the cities that we are.
That is, I applaud you, Randy. I just think outstanding. This is absolutely amazing.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, during the time that I opened, my aunt opened her restaurant. To be honest, they see, a 19-year-old doing it. They're like, if he can do it. And like Mr. Webb knows how I was in middle school. I was a little jerk. I was a troublemaker. So I was the same aspect to my family. So when they saw me grow up fast, they were like, whoa, like this guy's actually freaking doing it. Like, I want to do it. I felt inspired. So my cousin opened his restaurant. My brother opened his restaurant. My aunt opened the restaurant, all within the span that I've been open. And they all call me. They're like, hey, how do you do this? How do you get this picture? How do you do the Yelp? How do you, grow your Yelp? How do you do the Google? How do you do festivals? Because actually what we do is not only just the food. We do festivals. We do caterings. And we try to cover every aspect that we can and use the business as a platform. This is, like I said, this is only not even year 2, and I can't wait for year 4 because this is going to be something big for sure.
I tell you what, I just think it's absolutely amazing. And as I was saying, we have our first event coming up November 6th. I'm crossing my fingers that your truck will be here in time, that you'll be able to work directly with our La Quinta culinary kids, because I'll flat out tell you, we've already committed to have them working with us to put on Peruvian dishes and so forth for this evening. But I would love to have La Quinta High alumni teaching them along the way.
Oh, yeah.
Chef Wood. I think that'd be amazing. Don't you think, Chef Mary?
Oh, I think that would be awesome. I mean, it's like when we had the Black Hawk Showdowns, it was great to have other chefs who were in the business come in and have them work side by side. And I think primarily to see work ethics and work passion and I think they need to understand how a kitchen operates and how there's respect, and you have a chef and you have servers and you have waitresses, and they play an intricate role, and they need to be really thought of quite highly.
Yeah.
Like I work for the sports arena in San Diego, and we did WWE last night, and I think we had probably 8,000 or 9,000 attendees. And I run about 22 of their venues as the health inspector. And it was interesting to be trained on some of these events and to realize that you make people happy. You guys make people happy.
Exactly.
Do you have Peruvian food in the arena? I know a guy that does this.
No, actually, we don't, and they are interviewing and looking for subcontractors.
Okay.
We have one Rocking Baja Lobster has a stand in there.
Okay.
And then the rest of them are hot dogs, hamburgers, maybe fast food. Pizza Port has a pizza location in there. And they're well attended. I mean, we did a group last week, El Grupo. I think that's the band's name.
Yeah.
And they had sold 12,000 tickets.
Is that Grupo Firme?
Someone asked me that too, and I don't know. All I know is that with this, I think it's a really, really high end Hispanic band or orchestra.
Yeah. I think I've heard about. I think it was if it was last Saturday. I think that's the one, because I went to go see my best friend fight, and one of our employees went to go watch him.
Yeah, they were there, and the next one we have is Maluma.
Maluma, yeah, that's a good one too.
So I mean, Randy, you were always. We'd love to have you come down and take a tour of the facility and talk to my boss, Jason, and throw that head in the arena. Sean and I both know you never know.
Yeah, you never know. You don't know if you don't ask.
Yeah.
The next thing you know, Randy, you could be in that arena. You could be in the Qualcomm when they have events there, when they do the San Diego State games. If you connect with Levy, you never know. Yeah.
Yeah, we're managed by Levy Restaurants, but then we have subcontractors and contractors underneath that arena umbrella. It's we've got a really good management team in there this time, and a lot of times you bring your own staffing, or like we provide staffing, or maybe you will provide the venue and the food, and then we provide the staffing.
Yeah,
look at that.
Depending on how you want to do it.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Hey, just so you know, somebody's watching right now. You know this person very well. Our very own foundation president is watching, and she knows Randy as well.
Mrs. Doyle, how you doing? Good morning.
Chef Mary, I got to tell you a story. So I saw Randy at the boxing match with Brandon. I told you about that and so forth.
Yes.
And it is always something special. This has only happened to me a handful of times when one of your past students will come up and purchase an adult beverage for you. It's always something special.
Yes.
He came up to both Kathleen and I, and it was just awesome just to connect. And we actually went live with CoachellaValley.com there, and we're very excited for Brandon and so forth. But no, it was something special to see Randy there, being an adult now, owning his own restaurant, and seeing that he's being successful.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Always something special.
So Randy, are you on the north or south side of Sycamore?
South side.
Okay.
South side. Yeah. So
Chef Mary's going to be there probably tonight or tomorrow. I guarantee it.
Hey, let me know. We'll save you a seat. I'll give you the best entree. I think you'll love.
Oh, listen, I'm positive that it's just nice to have this passion, isn't it?
Yeah. I love it. I
think people I always think I'm going to give it up, and then when I came down, I waited for like 30 days, and I thought, I have no passion for what I'm doing. It's like I'm emptying the dishwasher, doing the laundry, watching soap operas, and I thought, I need to go back where the world is exciting and it's new and it's different and people and crazy stuff. Just crazy. Yesterday was just totally crazy the entire day, but it was wonderful.
I bet.
Hey, Randy, before we let you go, I want to put this on screen here. It's the menu that you actually posted in February, and maybe you can give us a little bit of a highlight. Like, what is the most ordered item? Like, what is something that you can't keep on the menu because you're always selling out of it?
Well, I mean, before we were selling out of everything because we didn't have enough people to keep up with the demand.
Okay.
So it's part of the prep side. But to be honest, our top two sellers are definitely going to be saltados, which is going to be a traditional stir fry. Okay. It's going to consist of your onion, tomato, your choice of protein. You have ribeye, That's personally one of my favorites, just because it gets a nice char off the wok, a nice little smoky feeling. And then you have your base of fries, so then you side of white rice. Another popular item we have on our menu that we're known for is going to be a ceviche. Our ceviche is a little bit different than a traditional Mexican ceviche, but still has the same concept as far as being cooked in the lime juice and using the condiments. The condiments that we use is called the rocoto and ají limo, which is a Peruvian peppers that we are imported from Peru. And to be honest, that's going to be the key to our ceviches. Our ceviche also comes accompanied with the lettuce, a sweet potato, and a white potato. You have cancha, which can be toasted kernels, so it gives a nice little crunch on every bite that you have from the ceviche. And then you have your choclo, which is going to be a Peruvian corn that we boil and topped off with a little bit of cilantro and your protein, which is either fish, shrimp, or mixed up, which is going to be a mixture between fish and shrimp. And that's probably going to be our top two. But we have such a condensed menu that when someone comes in, a party or two or three, they try two appetizers, and they try the ceviche and the chaufa and the saltado. So that's how we created our menu. We try to create a small menu where people can come in and try a little bit of everything. We don't want to scatter everything around. We want to make sure that if they want something, they can get it, and whatever they don't finish, they have lunch or dinner for the next day.
Okay, I love it.
So
No,
Randy, what is the heat level of most of your food?
To be honest, the only heat level there is going to be the ceviche, and even the ceviche has a mild kick. It's just more in there for flavor. But if you want to spice it up a notch, you just let us know. You let me know, whoever's who's your waiter, and we'll make sure that we make it happen.
Oh, that's awesome. No, I'm not. I don't like it really, really spicy. It's like
no, we'll make it mild. We'll make it mild for you.
Oh my God! I'm just so excited for you. I can't even hardly stand it.
You gotta come by.
I love it, Randy. No, I'm gonna make it a point to go visit both you and Chef Mary very soon, and you'll get an opportunity to meet Brooklyn, and you'll. I know she's gonna love your food. She's all into rice and stir fry and sauces, so I know that she's just gonna love it.
This is the place to go to then.
Yeah, most definitely. Chef Mary, anything else for Randy before we let him go?
No, I was wondering, like, the name of the restaurant. How did you come up with that?
So it's called Al Toque. A lot of people say Toque, so don't feel offended, Mr. Webb. I'll tell you. Sorry. It's Al Toque. And Al Toque, a little bit behind the name is right away. So Al Toque is made to order. So for example, nothing sitting around. If you want a fried rice and you want extra green onion or no green onion or double protein, or if you want to stir fry, no cilantro, everything's made to order. So when you order the food, we'll make it Al Toque. We'll make it right away, nice and fresh for you.
I love that.
Hey, Randy.
Yeah.
Outstanding. I am so proud of you. Keep killing it in Vista, and I can't wait to see the food trucks. Probably I'm guessing it's going to happen in Stagecoach or Coachella one of these days real soon.
Hey, I have that on my bucket list.
And what I'll do is I'll connect you with our good friend Eric, who just did a competition for the Mayor's Cup game, and he owns Indio Food Park. And what Indio Food Park does over in Old Town Indio is they have a little mainstay restaurant. It's almost like a commissary kitchen, right? Yeah. And he allows the different food trucks allowed to sell their food there. But then on the weekends, when it's cooler out, he allows trucks to come around the grounds. So I'd love to be in contact with him so we can have a day where your restaurant can come down here. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. I think it's like an incubator right off of Oasis.
Yep. It's right in Old Town Indio, right down the street from Yellow Mart.
I've been seeing that guy.
They're all right there. Yep.
I've been seeing that guy grow since before the Indio mall. I think he had a little gathering there every Friday. No, I follow his story. Really, I feel inspired by him. Does a good job.
Definitely. I will connect you guys. Make sure to reply back when I send you the text, but I'll connect you guys later today.
Okay. Perfect. You guys have any other questions?
No, and you know what, Randy?
Like I said, I'm proud of you.
I see my boss. Like right now, the arena is closed for like 2 weeks for the next event. So most of our people are going to the Rose Bowl as support to open that up for the next coming games. And I won't see him until I think Monday. And I will definitely pass your information on to him and give you the contact name. I think there's an opportunity,
I love it.
It's and like, because we're not open all the time, it's a nice little, pop around here 3 or 4 days here. We do the gulls, the seals. We have Iglesias coming to the arena.
Okay.
I think that's the son. And then James Taylor is coming, and
Look at that. You could work all of these, Randy, selling Peruvian.
Hey.
Right? That'd be awesome.
I love it. I love it. I'm excited.
Just so you know, because we made the connection on Classroom Conversations, a nickel per dish sold should go to the foundation.
We'll get on paper.
This amazing opportunity. You can just text it there too.
Okay, we'll get on paper.
Just kidding, Randy.
Thank you for having me this morning. It was a pleasure talking to Mr. Webb, and nice meeting you, Chef Mary.
Oh my God,
we'll leave
this
it
is
at
awesome.
that. And then if you need more, if we gotta talk more about November 6th, we'll talk about November 6th. But my trailer should be ready by the mid October. So I think we can make that happen for you.
Excellent.
Great.
Cool.
Randy, you have a great day. Thanks for joining us,
You
man.
as well. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye, Randy.
Oh, Chef Mary, just another breath of fresh air when we talk to our alumni and they're successful.
Oh my God. I mean, how exciting. It's just, you and I both stay in that mode all the time. We're excited about things and new openings, and to have somebody else join that circle of passion. It's, you feed off of it.
Yeah, exactly.
To me, it's like it's like having a great meal and you're not even there.
No, it was just something else that I was at Brandon's fight, and I'm walking around the first floor there, and I see Randy. I say, "Hey, how you doing?" And we start talking, and then he tells me about his restaurants. He tells me about everything going on. I said, "What?" It just blew my mind. It was just fantastic to I guess meet up again and talk with him, which is awesome. Yeah. Well, Chef Mary, why don't we continue on here? I know it's coming. Oh, Jesus, coming up at 9:42. When you're having a good time, Chef Mary, you never know. Jesus, just going by fast here. But I'll tell you, my next meeting today, I'm going over to Jackson Elementary. Our friend Mark Tadros.
Yes.
CV Harvest Fox. He put me in connection with another farmer who is ready to use those flower beds over there. So our goal is to plant berries, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries by this winter. By October, so we can harvest by winter and get a full maybe January to April of being able to sell blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries from the school site. So I'm meeting with a couple of farmers this morning. Her name is Celeste. I'm meeting with Mark over at Jackson Elementary, and hopefully we can, this year when we are at the Sunday market, we'll be selling some berries for the students as well.
So are there any changes in school updates or anything that's going on with any of the openings? Are you totally open?
Yeah, we're open. Anywhere indoors, you have to wear masks. We're open. With us having to wear masks and so forth, it allows us to have regular things go on in campus. We have full classrooms. We had our meeting last night for our foundation, and Mr. Bailey gave an update. And our students are in school. I talked to Mr. Lawson over at Indio High School. I talked to Dr. Wilson, and I talked to Mr. Fajardo. I didn't get a chance to talk to all the principals, but just at the high schools, they're over 90% attendance right now.
Oh,
and that's fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So that tells you that students want to be in school and they want to learn, and it's exciting to be back.
Yeah, and it's good for them to have that socialization too, because you and I both know that we thrive on it.
Definitely. And I also want to make sure that everybody's aware that if you want brief pandemic updates, you can always check it at Super Seconds at DSUSD.
Exactly.
Yeah, Mr. Bailey does a great job in putting that information out. And it's funny. He said last night in regards to anything pandemic, he finds out about the same time that they do, the foundation members and the board members and so forth. So, it's not like we're trying to hide anything. We find out and as soon as we do, we get that information out. Yep. But Mary, what's the rest of your week look like?
Well, I'm going to be off for a couple of days. Okay. I needed a day off just to recover. As you get older, it seems like you need a whole day. But we're just getting ready for the next event and getting ready for our health department to come through and just give us a final check off, and a new group coming in about 2 weeks. Most of my management staff is up in the Rose Bowl starting tomorrow.
Okay.
Levy is really good about sending everyone around to support. Like when we opened the arena, they sent a lot of support people down to help us. And then when we're in a slow time, and it makes sure that everybody is employed and they're salaried, and they're really super good about that. Like young of our our young people. It's like Randy. I call them my young people. They're all going on support to the Rose Bowl for the first time to see a different venue, and they put them up in a hotel. They have transportation. They take really good care of them, and they get to see another venue and another way of operating. And it's really a good leg up for promotion.
Of course, they're getting trained laterally, horizontally across the board in the different departments, especially with something as large as running an arena in the hospitality world. There's so many different spots that somebody can learn and move up in.
Exactly. And I mean, I think anything that you do in the workforce, it's like you're getting paid to go to school. You go to culinary school and pay to go to culinary school. And I would highly always recommend that you do that. But I think when you're on the job, like probably with Randy's organization, you're getting paid and you're learning. You're learning a process, a food, a menu, how to cook something, where it comes from. And that information you just take it with you everywhere.
Right.
It doesn't cost you anything. And you don't have to have a license to use it in another country or restaurant or whatever.
Experience and knowledge is tough to take away, right?
It is.
Exactly. Well, I'll tell you, I'm going to be meeting up with some of our foundation board members. We're talking about the gala today. We're going to go meet over with our friend Chef Reese to talk about potentially having it at June Hill. That'll be exciting. And I'll tell you, so Thursday, we got a special episode. We'll be with Brooke Berry. She'll have information from the city of Indio. But Chef Mary, I hope you can join us next Friday. This is going to be pretty special because next Friday, I'm going to bring this on screen here. I just pulled up. All I did was just pull the name, Scott Burcham. And Scott Burcham, for those of you who don't know, is an alumni of Palm Desert High School. Graduated, I believe, in 2010. But he just participated in the Olympics, Chef Mary.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so here he is. This is him as a high school senior. That's an article the Desert Sun did. That's him as a high school senior there, wearing Palm Desert gear. And then here again, you see him dressed up for Team Israel. So he's going to join us on Friday morning. That'll be really, really fun. I got a couple other people that are going to join us that morning. So we got a fun week, exciting week of classroom conversations coming up.
Sean, you don't get what was the wrap up on the Mayor's Cup?
Okay, so the Mayor's Cup, I just got the numbers in also from Jim Curtis. So the final score, I'll tell you, Shadow Hills won the game. They are now 5-0 in the Mayor's Cup. But I'll tell you that, in the competition with the hot dogs, Indio High School won. I believe it was 109-81. So,
oh my gosh!
So that do the math there. That's 190 hot dogs that were just purchased during that week for the Mayor's Cup. And we got to thank the city of Indio for your partnership, because I know they're writing a check on behalf of the winner, as well as I know that Indio Food Park is going to be writing a check. And I was already in the text conversation with Mr. Fajardo and Mr. Lawson. They were, they may have won the football game, but as Mr. Lawson said, they would win the eating contest, and they did.
I think that's what he did say when we at the last time.
Hey,
That's exciting. It's exciting to see that competition, and somebody has to win, and somebody almost wins. And it's good. It's good for all of us to cheer on our people and our students and our school, and it's exciting.
Oh, yeah. Hey, lastly, before I let you go here, Chef Mary, our very good friend Rick Contreras says, haven't seen you two in a while. He's been working graveyard. Great to see us. Great to see you, Rick. Be safe out there. Love having you watch us. And he says he's missed us. We've missed you too. And I'm not sure about any showdown events coming up yet. I'll tell you, with things changing with everything going on, as soon as we know, please know you'll know. Because I'll be one of the first people to buy a ticket.
Yes, and I told Chef Wood and Felicia I would volunteer again.
Okay. Look at that, coming out of retirement for what, the 12th time. There we go.
Yeah, really. What career?
Hey, Chef Mary, why don't you close us out today, and we'll catch up with everybody on Thursday.
Listen, everyone, have a wonderful day, and remember that be kind, and passion you've got to have passion. I mean, if you don't have it, you're just losing a great part of it, who you are.
I love it.
Find something to be passionate about.
Well said. Carry that passion on to the next day and everything, right?
Exactly.
I'll see you backstage here. Guys, have a great one. We'll see you.
Goodbye, guys.